Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip 5 is finally a thing. A thing that I fingered and fiddled about with and scrutinized side by side with the old Galaxy Z Flip 4. And I'm going to share all my hands-on thoughts in a moment, but first the all-important matter of how badly is this thing gonna skint you? Well, sadly, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 is more expensive than the previous generation. It'll cost you 1,049 British punds for the 256GB model, and you can chuck an extra 100 quid on that if you want to double the storage to 512 gigs. If you happen to have some spare cash stuffed down the back of your mattress, well, the pre-orders for the Galaxy Z Flip 5 start now, so go, go, go! And if you're tempted, it is well worth pre-ordering because Samsung will chuck you a 512GB model for the price of 256 gigs if you pre-order, thus saving you that £100. And that is an awful lot of KFC bargain buckets and beer. The pre-order link should be in the video description below my chatty head if I actually remembered to do that shit. And the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 will be released worldwide on August the 11th. You can enjoy up to £650 cash back when you trade in your old blower. But what's actually new in the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5? Well, here's my hands-on thoughts on how it compares to last year's Z Flip 4. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Design-wise, the big whoop here is that new and improved flex hinge, which Samsung says is still proper durable, surviving over 200,000 folds in tests. And Sammy has finally killed that bloody gap. The Z Flip 5 is just a fleece pube over 15mm thick when folded up. That's 2mm less than the previous generation, which of course was considerably more gappy. This latest flip weighs just 187 grams, identical to the Flip 4, and with that skinny build and curvy edges, it is super comfy to clutch one-handed. You've got a choice of 4 colours here: mint, lavender, cream and graphite, which is just black. I'm personally liking that creamy model, very tasty. You've got a robust bit of Gorilla Glass Victus 2 action on the front and back end of the Galaxy Z Flip 5, thankfully not as scratchy as the original Victus glass. And it's once again Samsung's Armour aluminium for the frame and for that hinge. Oh, and the Flip 5 is once again IPX8 water resistant as well, so it can be fully submerged in water for a wee while, no worries. So less gappy is good, but the big upgrade here is that flex window cover screen. And when I say big, I mean bloody massive. It almost fills that entire front end. Although, unlike the Moto Razr 40 Ultra, that corner has been cut out, so you don't have the camera lenses intruding. It's a 3.4 incher versus the weeny 1.9 inch cover screen on the Z Flip 4, although both use Super AMOLED tech, so they're bright and punchy. That 720x748 resolution keeps the visuals pretty crisp, although sadly that flex window does max out at 60Hz refresh rate, so it's not as creamy smooth as I would have liked, certainly not as smooth as some rivals. Now the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 boasts loads of different cover screen styles to choose from. Some are quite plain, some are absolutely smothered in widgety goodness. You can cram in a lot more, unsurprisingly, compared with the old model. And these home screens can be customized with your own static or video wallpaper. And the Z Flip 5 can even automatically change your wallpaper based on your location, for instance. So you can have a nice family shot when you're at home, and then it can switch up to a photo of your side piece when you're at the local motel. Sorry, that's just awful. Swipe down on that flex window and you'll bring up your standard sort of notifications bar, complete with toggles. You'll be able to reply to messages right there on the flex window with an actual QWERTY keyboard. That'll be lots of fun on a bloody 3-inch display. Or Samsung has also chucked in a bunch of preset replies, which yes, you can personally add to. Swipe up on that cover screen and as long as you've set it up, you'll have full access to the Samsung wallet to pay for stuff. And you've also got loads of widget options when you swipe sideways from the home screen, all fully customizable of course. You got weather, calendar, timers, alarms, health stats if you don't just spend all day sat on your arse, media controls, smart home shenanigans, etc, etc. And a neat little touch is that at any time you can pinch to zoom out, bringing up all of your available widgets, so you're not swiping loads to get to what you want. Very nice touch indeed. And like Motorola's Razr 40 Ultra, you will be able to use third-party apps on that cover screen, although only a small number by the looks of it at launch. This will include the likes of Spotify, WhatsApp, Netflix and YouTube. Yes, you can actually watch video on that dinky display just like on the Moto Razr 40 Ultra. Of course, why you would ever actually want to f***ing do that instead of just simply unfurling the phone, I've got no clue whatsoever. Answers in the comments below, please. Best one wins a cookie. Actually, no, scrap that. There's no cookie. You'll win my eternal love and respect. How's about that? But yes, the Barbie movie trailer really popped on the Galaxy Z Flip 5's minuscule Super AMOLED panel there, so it's an option if you want it. Of course, one of the biggest advantages of that enlarged new cover screen on the Z Flip 5 is when you're trying to take a selfie with that external camera. Now you can shoot your mug a lot more easily without squinting quite so hard compared with the Z Flip 4. Just tap the screen or raise a hand and you'll get a crispy snap, or you can even shoot up to 4K 60fps video, depending on the aspect ratio. In my hands-on session with the Z Flip 5, that only seemed to work in vertical mode. The actual dual lens camera hardware seems to be the same setup as last year's model. So you've got a 12 meg dual pixel focus primary camera with optical image stabilization and fresh glass to help reduce lens flare, plus a 12 meg ultra wide angle shooter which you can easily swap to with a quick swipe, while switching to portrait mode is also a breeze. Open up the Z Flip 5 and you'll have access to the full range of camera features and modes, including basically all the same stuff as the Z Flip 4. Now, I didn't notice any obvious difference in the photo quality in my hands-on session comparing the Z Flip 4 and the Z Flip 5 side by side, but Samsung reckons it has boosted the multi-frame processing for improved HDR shots. That's something I'll definitely be fully testing out for my in-depth Galaxy Z Flip 5 review. Flipping the Z Flip 5 open isn't super easy one-handed, as that hinge is pretty stiff as usual, but if you manage it, you'll be greeted with a mighty 6.7-inch internal screen. Once again, Samsung's dynamic AMOLED 2X tech. It's only a Full HD Plus panel, 2640 by 1080, just like the Z Flip 4. The only real difference seems to be that refresh rate now scales from 1Hz up to 120Hz, while the Flip 4's only dropped as low as 10Hz. You've got all the usual features on here, including flex mode. You can prop that screen up at basically any angle thanks to the stiff hinge for your bit of Skyping or whatever else. And as for that internal selfie camera, well, this once again appears to be recycled hardware. The Galaxy Z Flip 5 sports another 10 meg shooter, and it's not squirreled away underneath the display, unlike on the Fold. As for the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which was stuffed inside of the Galaxy Z Flip 4, well, that's now been upgraded to a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 on the Flip 5, and that 8GB of RAM has been boosted to a bit of DDR5 action. Most flagship blowers of 2023 have used the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, including Samsung's very own Galaxy S23 flagships. And in the Z Flip 5, it once again appears to be that overclocked model, so it should be beefy enough to handle anything at all, even a lengthy bit of Genshin action on top graphics settings. And that is something that the Z Flip 4 is also more than capable of, naturally, as that's still a killer chipset. However, one possible stumbling point in the Galaxy Z Flip 5 is that battery capacity, once again a mere 3700 mAh, exact same as last year's Galaxy Z Flip 4. So if you are a more demanding user, you might be scraping through on that power saving mode in the final hours of the evening. And again, that is something I will be fully testing out for my Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 review. I'll be using it as my full-time smartphone to really put it through its paces. And of course, naturally, you've got the usual Samsung super fast charging and wireless charging for this bad boy. So that right there is my early hands-on impressions of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 and how it compares to last year's Z Flip 4. Be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Stay tuned for my full unboxing, that review, etc, etc. For more of the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe, ding that notifications bell, and have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Cheers!